Hi everyone, so welcome back to our live video chat on Facebook every Saturday. My name is Latifa Noor. I'm a software developer and I'm so emotional and so engaged in mental health because this is the age where we want to share about the problems that are affecting us mentally, emotionally, physically. So this is the time where we want to talk it out, and it's time to share. That's the hashtag, time to share. So welcome again. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for always being with us. And today's topic is let go of your fears. So some of the questions that we always ask are, what are your fears? What are the things that really affect us? And what are the things that we don't want to let it go? And it affects us both physically and emotionally, and it always is so heavy on us in one way or another. So welcome again, and today I'm also joined with Shufaa, Yakut, my co-host. I think you're going to be my co-host.
I think I actually thought you had forgotten me. I thought you're not going to introduce me.
Obvious, people know you.
Hi, how are you? My name is Shufaa, and I'm back here again in this page, and I'm very happy to be back. And I think I'm gonna stay here forever.
Anyway, so today's I think that's one of my fears now. So today is let your fear go.
Letting go of your fear.
Yeah.
Facing your fears and letting go of your fears.
So what are the kinds of your fears, both mentally, physical? Some of the fears actually, some of the things that we're told about is, what are your fears? My fear is heights. So those are the things that we always talk about. But today we want to talk about the deep inside fear that we really are afraid to talk about. Sometimes it's daddy issues, sometimes it's family issues, sometimes you can't be in a relationship because of one way or another. It may be so many things that hinder us from getting to the point where we want to be, because we are so afraid of the things that happened to us, so we don't want to make the same mistake. Cynthia?
Most of the times it's actually something that either happened to us or happened to someone who is close to us, or things that you don't know about. You don't know what will happen, you know? Yeah.
So, like, one of the things that in these few months that I develop, the fear that I develop is, I'm afraid of having new friends. I'm really afraid of having new friends and building up new relationships.
You have rich people's problems. She's a rich girl.
Yeah, I'm just afraid of having like new friends. I think Shufaa, you can relate. You know the reason why. Like, I'm really afraid of having new friends and then building up that new relationship I'm just afraid of that. So please tell us about what are your fears. It may be not dramatic as people think they are. It may be like rich people's problem, like Shufaa's mango. It may be your fears.
Yeah, I know people who have a fear of wearing high heels. It's just a fear. You see? Rich people's problems.
Yeah, but tell us like, what are your fears? Like, really, what are your fears? Are you afraid of some people? And you know that people go through depression because of fear.
Exactly, yes. It's actually, we fear something that we don't know about. We've never tried. We've never seen it in someone else.
Yeah.
So when it happens, when it's bound to happen, it depresses us because we were not ready for it. We never said that we're going to face it one day. We never accepted that it's going to happen, right? And I think we should also tell people that if you think you have a very concrete point that you'd want to say it out in your own voice, you can request. We'll let you in.
Yes.
In the live video, right? Because the people who requested to be joined in the live video. So if you think your point is very concrete and you want us to hear it in your own voice, then you can request to join, and then we'll let you in.
So tell us about what are your fears. I'll start with Shufaa. She'll tell us like what are the fears. And Shufaa, in your own words, what do you think fear is?
I think personally, fear is just it's a threat. Mm-hmm. It's a threat caused by maybe anger or just uncertainty. When you're not certain, when you don't know something about something, you feel threatened. It's like vulnerability. It pulls you back. It's something that stops you
from reaching like your destination.
Yeah.
So some people are afraid of flying?
Yes, I know. People who are afraid of heights mostly
Yes.
are afraid of flights.
At a point, I was so afraid getting into a relationship because of one way or another. I think you can also relate, like some, okay, not even relate mostly, but people are so afraid of getting into certain point because of some circumstances that ended up happening to them or someone who knew. Like I know someone, I have a friend who, his boyfriend, he's so afraid of getting into a marriage and maybe having kids because of the family, from the family background where he belonged to. Okay. So he's so afraid of having that family thing, having that relationship, having someone who cares and loves him, because he's so afraid because of people anaogopa atawaacha ama not being the best father that he can be.
Okay.
So like these are the things that people really, it happens to them in one way or another. In some, most of the things that we are afraid of is because of our past. Our past always
mostly.
haunts us.
Yeah.
Because fear is unpleasant emotion that triggers both. It is so dangerous, it's so painful, and it's so harmful. So you're so afraid of getting into it because you're afraid of having that pain again, going through that process again. And you know, it always affects us in our daily lives in one way or another. So please tell us, like, what are your fears? What are the things that hinder you from moving forward? Why do you think you're afraid of letting go and moving on of your fears? What are the things that you want to improve and increase, know on letting your fears go? And what do you have, or what's hard for you that it's so, what is that one thing that makes you afraid of moving on? I'm so, that's not me.
For the longest time, I've been having a fear of, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's a fear, but I used to have conscious, I was so conscious about my appearance. Yeah, because growing up, when I was in primary school, I think I was among the first people to get to adolescence. So I started growth very early. So then, as I walked, seeing my classmates or my friends in a certain body, and then myself, I've started to develop hips, and everyone is like, oh, look at you. So I was so scared. To me, it didn't sound like a good thing.
Yeah.
Because everyone was praising me, everyone was making it look like I've made it in life. But for myself, I was like, what's this? What's happening? I know it's a good thing. I know we're all going to grow, but why is it starting with me? Why are the hips so big? You know, now the boys are starting to call you. So I've been having that fear even growing up. Even after high school, I was like, now everyone is grown, but still, am I really comfortable? Am I really okay? Why is it so big? Why is it so like this?
Yeah.
So I used to wear baggy clothes so that people don't see. Yeah. I know how strange that is. Because I was afraid of boys. Because I was afraid these boys would call me. And if I refuse, maybe they'd touch me. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't grow up with boys. I went to a girls' school since primary school. I went to a girls' high school. So I don't know how to relate to boys. I don't know how to talk to them. I don't even know mimi nikiitwa nakimbia kwetu. So normally, if this girl tells me, wow, your hips are big, I'm like, okay, thank you. But how should I react? And then when I'm out there and the boys are like, I ran away. Because obviously I'd say no. And now I'm thinking, if I say no, so you understand?
Yeah.
Because I used to say in Majengo, you know Majengo and Kisauni are same WhatsApp group. So I was thinking, how are these boys going to react, you know? So I was so scared about my own appearance. I could not wear something that stretches, something that touches my body. I was so much into my own. I was never free, like, to walk around.
And then, how did you? Because I'm saying you wear things that really show the curves, and really you are able to express yourself in one way or another.
Yes.
And you love attention. Come on, the last time, for people who are here, they learn that Shufaa anapenda attention. Akiingia kwa room kila mtu lazima muone.
You have to know
so,
there.
What made you build that confidence that you have, and then letting go of that fear? Because I'm like, it's time to let go of your fear. So what made you to let go of the fear that you have of your body? Maybe when you make it's so fast, like that.
So growing up, when you want to, especially when you're ready to overcome your fears, you need to face the fear first before you overcome it. So I realized I was afraid of men and boys, so I had to face these people. So I joined the drama club in uni when I was in TUM. So when I joined this club, everyone was free with everyone. People were running around. We had to literally, so this drama teacher was like, toyo buibui, because we need to run around. Yes. I never ran. In my life, I could not run. I only played football in high school because it's a girls' school, you know? So I was never like comfortable in the first place. So now the teacher is like, we need to do like, we need to exercise, we need to do like sports, we need to run around, we need to be active, you know, and this is something I like. And then I'm like, so the few friends that I had, they helped me. Because they're like, you know, you need to be very flexible, you know, you need to be very active. Just because you're afraid of something, so now you're hiding. You can't, right? So I was ready to face that fear so that I can overcome it. So as I was facing that fear, I know it came with a lot of obstacles, but it takes time. So with time, you get used to it. And you realize, in the end, people do appreciate you for what you have.
Yes, true.
It is not even a threat. You realize your body is not even a threat to you. It's actually an advantage to you. It helps you with more
advantage. Keynotes, advantage. So you faced your fears, you took your own time, like take your own time. Yeah.
Accept.
You accept.
Take the challenge. Because it's a threat. I said fear is a threat. So you take the challenge. Accept that I have this and this. Maybe it's a limitation. Leave alone the body issues. Maybe you have eczema. You have something in your skin. True. You have something in your color. You know, some people don't accept this beautiful color. So, let me tell you something.
But that is true, because speaking of color, so you know I have vitiligo. Vitiligo is the lack of black pigmentation. Like unakuwa white hapa, unakuwa black hapa. So I have a lot of black pigmentation. I have vitiligo all over my body. So growing up, and then Miss Washulegani primary Shimulatewa, it was boys and girls everywhere from every block. So everyone, when I used to be bullied a lot when I was in primary. So because of my skin color, utambokwa wewe ni mweupe lakini mbona uko na mchiro? Wewe unabasa ni ngochiro. Ama because I had it all over my face, so unambokwa timu wako alikunyosha uji and then ikamwagika. You know those things. And then when you were still young, but I used to cry. I never had friends. I never liked crowds. Because I don't like crowds, but because of other things. I never liked being talkative the way I was so into myself because of I had the fear of, I'm so afraid of being around people because I thought when I'm around them, they will always talk about me. Like, and it was true. When I used to go to swimming because I'm a swimming costume, everyone is,
what is that?
What is that?
Yeah.
So I really hated that. I was so afraid of talking to people. In my other family members, you know, we have 5 kids, and then my mom, and then my brother akona rafiki wengine. So ukikuja nyumbani, I never stayed in the sitting room. Mimi nilikuwa bedroom na mimi na bedroom.
You isolate yourself.
Hey, sana. But I used to talk to the mirror because I thought the mirror was the only person understanding me. So some of the people used to call me crazy. It was really affecting me. That's why when I say I talk about mental health, like I've been through different points in life where I went through depression. So it was for me, I think depression.
You don't know what depression is.
So when you just isolate yourself, when you just want to be with yourself, I was so afraid of talking because I thought if I talk, people won't understand me because of one thing or another. And it's true, what I learned to overcome it, and squeezing me, I'm just not a drama queen, but I love sharing my views and speaking my mind out, and I don't like people stepping into me. What I loved about it is because I was able to let it go and accept who I am. I really accepted who I am. I accept it because I have the black pigmentation. Because I learned over 1 million people, only one person is affected with it. So I am unique. So one of the things that I learned about letting go of my fears is I really accepted who I am. I accepted the things that I had. I accepted it is in me, and I didn't want it to rule over me. But what is the most important thing, I learned to talk it out, and then I got a really good supporting system. But if you don't have a good supporting system to share your fears and share the things that are affecting you in one or another, it won't help you in any way.
In this world, we all need people.
Yeah.
Not they say
people.
Yeah, we all need someone.
Yeah.
We all need someone. You can have one person and this person can be the world to you.
True.
You don't need anybody else. But we all need someone because it said, like, no man is an island.
Yeah.
So you've got to have someone with you. That is why even the first man who was created in this earth, aliletewa companion.
Yeah.
So they can adwasibweke.
Yeah.
Right? So I think, Pia, apart from letting it go or accepting, at some point, if it is very extreme, we need to talk to someone about it. You know? Because I might be having fear of heights, and maybe I want to overcome it, and I don't know how to. But if I come and tell you, utaniambia leo tuende rooftop.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm afraid, but you're helping me. So utanishika mkono. I'm still denying, but you know that I want. Unajua kuna ile unataka, but if you go alone utafika katikati na urudi. But now if you go with someone, whenever you want to come back, this person is like twende. You know?
So you should really, if you have one fear of one way or another, I have a cat who is really disturbing us. So if you have fear of one thing or another, just express it. Try and express your fears to anyone. Stop always being the victim of your fears.
Yeah. Talk to someone.
Yes. Stop blaming others for what happened. Even it may be not fear because of your body size or your body shape or your body, anything related to you. It may be something related to, like I say, daddy issues.
Yeah.
Family issues.
Yeah.
So these are the things that are affecting us in one way or another. So what are some of the things that we can really talk it out and say, by the way, I'm going through this and this, and I really need to talk it out, and I should stop blaming others for what I have done, or I should stop blaming others for all the fears that I'm going through. Sometimes it's not people's problem, it's your own personal problem.
Yes.
Because sometimes kuna na family. I'll talk mostly about family, since I'm brought up in a broken family. So, mostly of family, so you may think your problem like mbona face is not what your sister is facing. So stop blaming others for what your fears are, and start just accepting it and just breathe it in, breathe it out. So, Shufaa, in relationship, some people are afraid of having, like I said, some people are afraid of having this family and this, just having someone to love them. Have you ever been through that?
No, but I've seen people who have been afraid of accepting people in their lives. It is because of how they're brought up.
Okay.
In their homes, they were not accepted. So you're afraid, is this person going to accept me?
True.
If in your home you're being discriminated, is this person going to see me as I am?
Or would they
if I look like a burden to my family, am I going to be a burden to this other person? You understand? Because we are all brought up in different ways.
True.
Mimi, I went to a Catholic primary school.
Girls?
Yes. So in that school, at some point, we got to almost 40 students, and only 10 of us were Muslims. And out of the 10 people who were Muslims, like 8 of them are colored. You understand? Like Arabs and all those. The 2 of us, to go black. You understand? So, and between the 2 of us who are black, this other person is not hayuko hana ile, like Mimi, I am Muslim, I am Swahili from the coast. The other person is just Muslim, kawaida, from other tribes. So this one person is Hayuko in the mix.
Yes.
She minds her own businesses. So Mimi, I am here between Muslims, non-Muslims, colored, non-colored,
and then from the coast.
So Mimi, I can't relate with anyone because I'm from the coast. The people who are not can't relate with me. And since I'm from the coast, these other people can relate with what I am saying, but I'm not of their color.
Oh, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So I'm just here in between. And the other person who is just a Muslim, they're like, they just mind their own business. She can relate with those who are wow. So Mimi, I felt like there's no one like me in that class.
True.
So I was alone. So these colored people, when they hear me speak, when they hear me speak the language, like if I try to speak Arabic or something, they look at me like, bro, are you lost? Oh, you can. Oh my God.
Oh.
You know Prophet Muhammad. Oh my God. You know, they made it like a big deal. They didn't quite discriminate me, but everything was a big deal. Like, wow, you know all that.
No Arabic.
Oh my God, yeah, you know Arabic. Oh my God. So how they used to get amused or how they used to react really used to bother me. Because I look at myself and, you know, there's a writer from Nigeria, alisema, too foreign for here, too foreign for home. You don't know where you belong.
True.
So when I was young, I didn't know where I belonged. I was just in the middle of life, niko hapa too, mixing with all the races and exactly. But at some point, I used to find myself alone. Not because they discriminated me, but because I used to sit alone. I can't tag along. Me seem to kufuatana. So me at this point, saizi miaka yangu, I'm used to sitting alone. But when I was young, it was difficult. Ilikuwa circumstances ndo zilinifanya nikuwe naandika peke yangu because I'm like, where do I belong? If I go to this crew hawatanikumbusha kwenda kuswali. If I go to this other crew, this crew is always shocked.
Because of this.
They're just shocked. Oh, you know this. Oh, you know this. Oh, you also eat this. Oh my God. I'm like, what the F?
So circumstances in the past makes us have the fear that we have. And why do you think that it's so hard for people to let go of the things that really affect them? It's because they think that the fear that they have really defines them. So you may think that, like for me, when I thought that they have the black pigmentation in my skin, I thought it really defined who I am, and I didn't let it like flow it. Like I'm like this, so I should accept this. So most of the thing is, we really think that the fear that we have really defines who we are. In one way or another, if you're afraid of finding someone that loves you so much or someone to care about you, is because you think that akikupenda sana atakukalia, ama akikupenda sana you'll be so weak to let it. Yeah. But then some people are just afraid to be loved because if I get that entangled with that person too much, I'll lose myself in the middle.
Yeah.
Because that. Maybe it happened to them. Maybe they saw someone happening to that person. Because we think that it really defines who we are. Shufaa, why do you think that it's so hard for people to let go of their fears?
Mostly because they have not accepted it. First.
Yeah.
Second, it's because maybe they haven't found anybody else who relates to them the same way. Because most of the times the things that help us is finding someone you relate to. Finding someone who almost has the same problem as you. You understand? Sometimes we get these people who have the same problem as us, but then you look at them, they tell you this and that, you refuse to accept because you don't believe in yourself. You don't listen. That is why last week we were talking about listening to your needs, listening to your body needs. What does your body want? Does your body want you to let go of this fear? Are you sure you're listening to that thing, yeah? So if you're sure and you want to, and you find someone, tell them, talk it out. When you talk it out, take the challenge. Accept, I have this. Yes, I have accepted. I am too tall, I am too skinny, I am too fat. Yeah, I know people who are afraid of going to the public just because they're too fat, too tall, too skinny, all that. Right? But if you see someone else going out there with the same body structure as you, or the same voice as yours, or the same face as yours, at least get encouraged. If you can't talk to these other people, go talk to that person. We always have someone in this world who has almost the same character as you, or features. So mostly is accepting first.
Accepting the fear that we have. And some people don't even know who they are without that fear.
Yes.
Like they don't know who they're going to be, because they don't. Kuna you know unasikia kuna mtu mwingine ana roho ngumu. Sisi ana roho ngumu. Where is that they have something in them that they don't know how to let. They're afraid if I let it out, if I become too soft, if I become too friendly, how am I going to be? Yeah. So what I'm going to they're too serious, they're too angry with themselves. They really have deep secret inside them. They really have this fear inside them. They're afraid of letting people in because they are afraid of it has happened. Maybe they let someone in and then they broke their heart in one or another. So they don't know who they are without that pain. They don't know who they can be without that pain. And some people will find that they're too sweet, they're too friendly. Why are they too friendly? But in wakina na shida. Ukikuwa too friendly ina shida. Ukikuwa too angry about everything ina shida.
Yeah.
But something but everyone has that fear. Every single human being in this world. Hata watoto wenyewe they have a fear.
Yeah.
Na wao ukiwarusha juu wao wanastuka. Everyone has a fear of, maybe they're afraid of being losers in their family. So they work extra and extra hard because of one thing or another. But is it really important? Is it really important to let your fears go? And please tell us, in one point, have you let your fears go? And what are the positive things that happened after letting your fears go? And what are the negative things that happened when you didn't let your fears go? So we'll start with the negative things. So Shufaa, tell me start with you, and then you tell me what are the negative things that happened to you before letting mpaka say you have your fears in one or another.
Yeah, some of them have subsided. Others have zimepungua like 80-90%.
And some of them they have it inside them. So what are the things that really happened in your fears that you are afraid of letting it go?
That I'm afraid of letting go.
So what are the things that happen? What are the fears that you have that have affected you in so negatively that you really want to change? And if you have let your fears go, what are the positive effects after that?
One thing, the fact that how I grew up, the schools that I went to, the people that I interacted with, growing up, I realized you don't have to belong.
Yeah.
You don't have to belong, because that is not where you come from. You came here alone. Mind your own business. Yeah, ulizaliwa peke yako. I don't have a twin. Mind your own business and go. You don't have to be accepted by the society. If you're in school, it's the school that's supposed to accept you, not the society. You don't have to be accepted by the community. You're not a politician. Come on. You're not. You don't need them. Okay? So, growing up, as I grew up, I focused on whatever brought me there. I focused on life. I focused on the positive things in life.
Yeah.
So as I was focusing on the positive things in life, I used I used my strongholds to get out there. It's my strongholds that made me famous.
Famous.
Yeah.
Famous.
So when I was in high school, when people started choosing subjects, I decided me sitafanya do business because I chose Arabic. I chose language and I chose to do Arabic. And everyone was even wanashtuka kivo. But I said, let me do this so that I can prove people, so that I can show people that I don't need to be colored
to know.
Yeah. So as people went for other easy subjects zingine, mimi nikifanya Arabic I was performing very well. Mimi hata nilikuwa nikipata 100s mpaka mwalimu ananiambia wewe nitakupunguzia tu niweke 99. You know. So that thing helped me because it made me famous. And it helped me overcome another fear of crowds and congestion. Because obviously, if you're performing very well, they'll need to call you out there
all the time. Yeah,
exactly. So now, as they call you out there, you're like, oh my god, I'm so scared. But no, I'm very special because I'm very unique. Hao watu wote ambao wako hapa hawawezi. Mimi nimeshinda kwa nini? You know, so it means this thing doesn't belong to a specific person. It is just a language anyone can learn. You understand?
So you build up your confidence after letting your fears just
exactly. Yes, it helped me it helped me build up my confidence.
Yeah. So I'll say one of the negative thing that happened, that is happening to me because I don't want to let my fears go. Because I told you at the very start, I'm afraid of having new friends. So I'll stick with them. So I'm just afraid of having new friends, because so one of the negative things that is happening to me is I don't know how to relate with people. The only people I can relate with them is the people that I know them, say. Like if I have new person in my life, I'm like, where should I start communicating?
Where do I put you? My plate is full.
Like I don't know how to, like I said, when I lost my best friend, now I don't know how to let people in. Like I'm afraid because I'm afraid.
Application.
I'm afraid of letting people in. Like I'm afraid of having new friends because I'm afraid of when they leave. I don't want to go back to where I was. I don't want to go back to the emotion that I had. So I'm so afraid of having new friends because I keep on thinking like, oh my God, wanaenda. And this is the thing that is affecting me. But then you're going to have another session about grieving. I'm not a perfect, modest person to talk about grieving, but I will talk about grieving after having it. What are the things that I saw and people should improve? And what are the things that I went through and I think people should go through it to end up grieving? Because anyway, that's another topic for the day. So, but what I'm saying is, for now, the negative thing that is happening in me, I don't know how to relate. Like, not even relating, like I don't know how to talk with new people. So, mimi kila mtu rafiki yangu. Kila mtu. I'll make friends, I'll love. I'll be okay.
It ends there.
But now, tutacheka tumalizane na ndo hivyo. Like I'm just afraid of if I have this for the friends that I have. Yes. Okay, no, the truth, me I just let go. Like these days I'm just too easy of letting go. Yeah. Like I say, okay, I'm letting you because one day you're going to leave me.
Yeah.
And if you're going to leave me, I don't want to ending up to the pain. And because I'm telling you, when I went through that grieving, it was the pain. I break up your pain.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, so that's one of my fears. I'm afraid of having new friends, and the negative thing that is happening, and the negative emotion that is running through me is that I don't know how to talk and have new friends and how to make the conversation go on and keep going on. But for me, I'll just take my own time. I'll think, okay, it's time to it's time to relate, it's time to talk it out, it's time to, because like I said, this is the age of us sharing our emotions. Because in the last many years ago, you're going through depression and you can't let your fears go. No, fears
what is depression?
My fear was my mother.
In Africa, what is depression?
Actually, your fears.
What's that?
Ogopa mama yako.
Kabisa.
Mama yako kuangalia kwa macho unajua kwa tandika kitanda.
That
was but we really didn't know how to talk about the fears that ran through us. So please let's tell us about the fears that you're going through and why is it so important to let your fears go?
Sasa mimi, the fear that I had about being cautious about my appearance, I think it is affecting me in a way that I can never talk about myself. I can only talk about myself if I'm introducing myself, but I can't come deeply and tell you, I'm going through this, I can't talk. Mimi, I'm a very good listener. I have very many friends who only come to me to tell me their problems. I don't mind.
You can't go because
yes, I don't know how to. I don't know how to open up. just opening up. Like nije hapa nikwambie.
So you have trust issues.
No, sina shida, si ati siwa trust. I can show you, but I can't tell you. You understand? I don't know how to. It's not because I don't want to, but it just ati niamke tu nikwambie by the way leo naumwa na kichwa. I won't tell you. Me, I'm fine. Because how are you? I'm fine. I will smile.
So the only people who can relate and can see through it, like can say, okay, this thing is really affecting Shufaa, or she's going through this and this, is the people who know you better.
Yeah, kama umenizoea unaishi na mimi, you know how I talk. Yes. If I tell you I'm fine,
the change of tone.
But
you know, Jose, I was telling my husband, if you can't see the pain inside someone's eyes, like the person you love, if you can't see the pain inside their eyes, you don't really know that person.
So nowadays, I try say it once. Tunaongea, and then I'm like, hey, by the way, mimi sina pesa. And then mtu kama wewe you'll be like, Shufaa, utakosaje pesa? So when you do that, inaisha. Siwezi kujitetea. I can't convince you this is happening because I'm trying. I don't know how to tell you my problems. So today I've tried telling you my problems na unakataa. Tuendelee tu kuishi, mimi niko poa. I'll stick to my own problems. Nitabeba magunia zangu.
When someone comes
to me, nitamsikiza, nitamadvise, nitamuelewa.
So the fear that you had back then is still affecting you in one way.
Yeah, just expressing myself. Nile expectations. Huyu mtu atanifikiriaje?
Yes.
Huyu mtu atanifikiriaje? If I tell this person says if I jeans maybe because of this and that, huyu mtu atanifikiriaje? If I tell this person misses if I flat shoes because I'm too short, guys, what are they going to say? You know,
with their life, they know that.
What are they going to say? Oh my God, evil. So even the day that I have a real problem, I can't come to you and be by the way, nikubaya. If I can't, I don't know how to. So that fear that I used to have about my appearance, about my body conscious, hiyo ndio imeniharibia. So at this point, I am trying. I have started sharing, but now, as much as I am sharing, I will only say it once. Ukikata, poa, me, I'm fine. You will care, actually, you do care. You'll be concerned. Utauliza mara mbili, mara tatu. And I'll just be there, mimi niko poa, I am fine. Shufaa uko poa, me, I'm fine. Utanga tu nani. Maybe I tried hinting you, sikukwambia directly. Na ulikata kusikia basi. I like people who take hints. Understand me? Yeah, I like people who take hints. Kama tumekaa hivi leo, I'm mentioning, sijui there's a new watch, sijui there's a new ring, sijui, and then tukiwa birthday yangu unaniletea dera. I'm like, what? Oh, have I ever mentioned a dera to you? It's okay, it's a gift, me don't have a problem. But you do not expect me to get excited as much as I'd get excited with the things that I mentioned to you. Unajua zile ndo tunapenda. You understand?
So it's like it's really I won't say.
And I know how to communicate. I know how to talk to people. I know how to talk about everything.
But you can't talk about you can't talk about yourself.
I can't. No. You've got to be like this close.
And I always tell people like, some people even my family wanajua sahi Latifa goes through these events and like this event. Talk about these issues. She's happy in her own way, but they don't really realize that. As much as I talk about mental health, as much as I talk about me, and as much as they think that I'm overconfident, I'm confident about talking things, but it's still affecting me. This vitiligo thing is still affecting me until now, because people are new. You meet hundreds and thousands of people every day, maybe, who have different thinking capacities. So you don't think about this is just a human nature thing. So it's still, that's why I'm also always afraid of having that crowd around me. So that's why Mbaka say it's always, so our fears always affects us in Mbaka reality. But
we have questions in the comments. Yeah, what is that?
Okay, so but it's really important for us to move on and letting go of our fears, because it's so healthy in so many ways. Because if you don't let go of your fears, it is going to affect you in the future tense. It's going to affect you in the future movement that you want to do. It's going to affect you in something that you're going to do in one way or another. If you don't move on, if you don't let go of the fears that you don't, maybe you're not lovable, and then maybe you don't want to make someone, you don't involve people inside you. Always patakuwa mtu atakupenda, and we really need someone, like we really need a good supporting system. We need people around us. We need to move on in our maybe businesses. We need to move on in so many ways. Because at this time we really
Life
move
is
on.
tough. Just don't listen to what people are saying.
And life is too
so
short.
Joanne is saying you're right, especially when you feel fat or shy and it's in your mind. Your fear just spreads out as energy to others and everyone notices. I left my fears in 2015. I lost weight. Okay. So wait. So her fear was
the body side.
Oh my god. So wait. Do you think losing weight is accomplishing your fear? Because I'm thinking if she'd remained the same way she was and then accepting herself as she was. Do you think losing that weight?
Yeah, true.
Do you think you're running away from
your fears? You're trying to please others?
You're just running away from it because you don't like it. Yeah. What were you afraid of? Is it the body itself or what people are saying about the body? Right?
But then it's two ways. It's a two-way conversation.
Because you could be fearing that you don't feel good about it, but you could also be fearing that other people don't
what
feel
are
good
people
about
saying
it.
About it? Because people are telling me that I'm growing fat, but
you
I'm growing and glowing. So, are you afraid of what people were saying, or were you afraid of your self-esteem? So, what was the thing that's affecting you?
Is fear and anxiety the same thing? How can one distinguish between them?
Anxiety.
I think they're not.
No. Anxiety can be in so many. Sometimes you can be you can have anxiety of maybe sometimes you perform. Sometimes most of the time when we are going through a panel discussion, and you're going to present something, I am
you get anxious. Yes. But you don't even have the fear of crowds. Maybe you talk to people every day.
Hey.
You're used to the crowds, you're used to the stage, you're used to Nini. But you're just anxious because it's always new people. It's always new place. It's always a new topic. It is just, and it usually takes a very short time.
But after that,
anxiety doesn't last long. But there's kunaili anxiety, if you have fear of death, to say, the people who have fear of death. So once in a while they get anxious of Nileo, I'm next. Ama when they see someone dying, they're like, okay, I'm next.
I'm even traveling, so they're just afraid. So fear contributes a small percentage of your anxiety. Because like we said, sometimes people are afraid of they're not afraid of speaking it out. Like when they're going to do a presentation, they don't know if they'll be good enough, if they'll be this enough. So anxiety and fears aren't they're
not the same. They're not one thing, but they're related.
Yeah, but
mostly fear, when it grows, fears when it becomes too much, it leads to anxiety. Because it makes you overthink every time you overthink, and that's bad.
Like some people are afraid, like I said, some people are afraid of being some people are afraid of being losers in their family. That's a fear. So they want to work extra hard, pleasing everyone they need.
So that's anxiety.
So that's doing that. So they do. You can find it all the time. Like every time in your work, that's anxiety. But fear, like I said, fear contributes a big percentage of your anxiety because you always overthink of how it's going to. The end up of having after that in this situation, what's the end results of it? So you have anxiety of that.
And mostly anxiety is just the bigger picture of little fears that you have.
So this
it's mostly one of many of them. Mostly it's either many of them or ni moja, but now you've piled it up so much in your head. Ama it has taken so long. You've lived with it maybe your whole life, so it brings up an anxiety. You can't just wake up and realize you don't like cats and then you call that anxiety.
Okay, the cat. Oh my god. So that
is not anxiety.
Yeah.
But now, if you're thinking these cats are gonna like wataingia ndani ya room yangu, watajitokeza, watakuwa kama maghost, that's being anxious. Yeah. But if you don't think about them, then that's not anxiety. You only get scared when you see them,
or when you're going through that process.
Even about the body, you don't get stressed when you're at home, when you're alone, like when you're out there in a kushtua. That's not anxiety, it's just fear. And it's very easy to let go of fear if we accept it and let it go. That's the main point. Accept and let it go. If it's very much, talk to someone.
Or just maybe sometimes anxiety builds up in some situation that you are. Maybe you are afraid of your boss, unaogopa kwa kikuja one or another. But the anxiety, it's very funny because after that period end, you won't think about it because you're not going through that process again. So what's the next question?
We all have fears and insecurities, but how do we really overcome them? If you were to go through stages, do you if you're to go through stages to do that, where does it start and how do you know you have overcome it? I said it. First of all, accept your fears. Are you okay with that, whatever you're fearing? Are you okay with it? Accept your fear. If you accept your fear, let it go. Unajua bullshit. You know how to bullshit something.
I've done that. I'm doing that.
Do you accept these big words in your page?
I
apologize.
You just like remember this year I told you this year is fuck yourself.
I fuck myself.
Yeah, like you just let it go.
What I'd say is accept your fear. First of all, you really want to overcome it. If you're ready
to overcome.
If you're ready, usijienda ukajilazimisha ukajidai I'm letting go na you're not ready. No, things take time. Hata kama mtu ana fear of heights, hata ukisema even if I come and talk to you and I tell you I have fear of heights na nataka unipeleke rooftop, if I have not accepted, utanipeleka na tutafika pale kwa stairs nitarudi.
Now you'll try your lungs.
Yes, sure. It's because I have not accepted that I want. But when I do accept, you're there to help me. Nitavumilia. I won't run away. So the first thing is accepting it. The second thing is letting go. But letting go doesn't happen in a day or a night. It takes time. Yeah. And then when you need some help, talk to someone. Express your pain. Yeah.
Really, but they only express what you're going through. Express your pain. So after expressing your pain, and then the person will tell you her point, her view of point, because everyone has their own opinion.
Maybe so they're going through the same thing now, they're fine.
They saw someone going the same problem, so they'll tell you, by the way, I know someone who went through this and they did ABCD. So really try and express your pain, because this is a generation where you have to let it go and speak your mind out. And by the way, stop being the victim all the time.
Yeah, yes.
Stop just saying, by the way,
it's not about you. Hata kama uko na vitiligo, uko na eczema, uko na pigmentation, uko anemic or whatever. It's not about you. Yeah. It's nature. It's about them. Those who see it and are uncomfortable with it, it's about them. That's their problem. It's not your problem. Yeah, and if you really want to overcome a fear and you're ready to do it and you've done it once, please do it again. Do it time by time. You'll get used to it. But the first step I've said, accept and let go. Yeah.
Like you forgive them. So if it's a problem about going into a new relationship, so you're just afraid of going into a new relationship because of the past event that has happened to you, learn to forgive them first. And forgive yourself. But someone say that when you loved someone they didn't love you back, don't be too hard about yourself. Just say, but it's a good process because I learned to love someone. Yes. Take it in a positive way. I learned to love someone. So if it didn't happen once, it doesn't mean quite happened again. Like we all say, men are all the same, but truly. No, that's just an example. So if you don't love your body, if you don't love the way maybe the dress, but then sometimes you may think that you're fat, but then you're not fat. It's just maybe the dress that you just put on. Maybe Shufaa.
Yes. Maybe you don't know your choice of clothes.
Or your colors.
Yeah, you don't know the choice. You don't know nini naenda poa na mwili wako. Sometimes you think, I'm too skinny. I know a friend who used to say that. Sasa nikipiga picha na yeye, it's like, mimi naonekana mifupa nifiche hivi nyuma yako. I'm like, no. Put this on. Vaa kitu
kitu open,
Yeah.
kitu, like it's showing
You
a
should
bit.
know your body type and what goes well with yourself, yeah. So if you've accepted you're like that, you know how to dress up to look comfortable for yourself.
Yeah.
Unajua ile whatever will please you, not pleasing other people, right?
But
Yeah.
I always
Think
put
I've
on
answered
something
you.
that it's always, so accept yourself, express your pain, stop being the victim or finding someone to blame, and then forgive them. Please forgive them if someone has
leave
hurted
them
you.
alone.
Yeah, just forgive them. It's about time. Life is too short, because after this corona, life is too short.
Who is this Alessandro? Big up Shufaa and Latifa. Let's find the comments here.
I hope.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Anasema nini? You're finding the comments. Big up Shufaa and Latifa for helping others with social and mental health issues. Thank you, Anafaidika. You're welcome anytime. We are here for you guys.
We are here for you.
Don Ali is saying good job. Keep it up with the good work. Thank you.
On point.
Thank you. Thank you, Isa Awad. Thank you, Said. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.
So we have about 5 minutes. So tell us about your fears and what are the things that really affected you. You don't have to, because people are not easy. It's not easy for people to tell them to say their fears, because if I tell them my fears, they'll know my weakness.
Yeah. I know people wakiulizwa what makes you vulnerable, they're like, even I have to kill you so that I can tell you.
Yeah, because they'll use that against me in one way or another.
So people are just afraid of being judged also.
Yeah, but I don't think people are afraid maybe because of their body type or blah blah blah. They're just afraid of what people are going to say. People.
It's all about the society.
It's about their comments, it's about what they think. Okay, sometimes we really listen to them. It's not like, by the way, I don't like what you do. Okay, say me, I want to give but it will have affected me in one way or another.
Yeah.
But for me, what I learned listening to people, many people are going to you're not going to make, this is not a job for women. You can't do it, Latifa. You don't have the papers.
Oh, I see.
But what I learned is their words, I really use them as my strength. But sometimes it does affect me on one way or another. But what I did is I learned to tell people. Them to say I can not really killing someone, but
you've already killed them in your heart.
Yes.
That's what calling let go.
Yeah.
It's about them. It's their problem.
Is this their
So
words?
if it helps you to kill someone in your heart, it's fine, because you care about your mental health. You care about your mental being. So if killing them inside your head helps you, then fine. Kabisa. Mind your own business. Yeah. Kill them. Kill them with kindness.
Either kill them with kindness, just kill them with your words. So thank you so much for joining in. We have 2 minutes. Thank you so much for everyone who has
We
joined.
appreciate you for staying here, giving us your 1 hour. Umeacha kazi zenu za maana, umekuja kutusikiza sisi tukipiga kelele.
So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for listening.
I'm very humble. I'm a very good guest, right?
I told you you're my co-host.
Oh, nimepanda bei. I'm not a co-host. Guys, we should celebrate. No, we don't have a drink. She's a very bad host. But thank you so much, guys, for being here. We are here for you. We are the people who are going to speak on everybody's behalf, especially those who don't know how to come out there and talk about whatever is happening. Kama mimi nimesema, I am very good at talking about other people's problems. In my blog, I write other people's stories.
Yeah.
I can't do mine.
Amazing stories.
If you have anything and you'd want to share, or you want us to enlighten people, or you want us to talk about, you can even put it in the comment section. You can DM.
Yeah, just DM us. Just DM us.
Yeah, just DM us. We'll be able to talk about it if you are able. If there are things that we've never come across, we can ask someone. We can ask experts to talk about it. So we're here to actually encourage you guys to share. It's time to share, because with this all COVID and everything happening, kila mtu amefungiwa ndani. If people were used to sharing with the workmates ama nini,
yeah,
we don't have the luxury of going out there every now and then, so you can't talk. You can talk to us. We are here for you. We are like this, like this.
Sometimes this pandemic it has made us have new fears that we didn't know that we have.
So if you feel like you want to talk about it, or you want us to talk about it, you can just share with us.
If it's about relationship, or if it's about domestic violence, because it's really happening inside our homes, or the secrets that is happening and the problems that are affecting us inside our homes, just let's talk it out. Because the weather is too high, these times are too tough.
Times are tough for everyone.
Yes.
For everyone. So if you're facing something, actually, you're not the only one.
Yeah, but you're not the only one facing it.
Tuko hapa. Otona vile tuko.
Anyway, each one of us is going through so much, and our mind is going through crazy. Like the first life chat I said is that I am so used of working. I'm a workaholic. I loved working. Okay, I loved working. Oh my god, I loved working. But when this thing happened and then nikapoka nyumba, oh my god, it was too much.
You felt like dying?
I felt like dying. Like I can't work, so it is me and my mind, and me and my conscious mind, me and myself. And then now I learned the importance of me. I learned why it's important for me.
You need to take time for yourself.
For me to be happy.
Yeah, take a pause.
Yeah. But sometimes when I was going through some fears and some problems, I could just go and find something to just work on.
Yeah, you think you're helping your brain, but you also need to relax. You also need to relax.
And just let it loose and just let it go. And I think this, the COVID-19, as much as we were saying that it has brought so many harms, but I think it has brought a bit of good into us. Like we have new relationships,
self-actualization.
Yes. So at least now you have new ideas. But then some people have developed new skills. So it's really nice and really important to just talk it out and share your views and share what you are going through.
So personally, I appreciate you people.
My people.
Yeah.
Our people.
Our people.
So I think it's about time. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for having us to communicate with you. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. So let's meet next Saturday, same place, same time. Yes. Maybe with different co-hosts.
Yeah.
Or not co-hosts, different guests.
Yeah, we'll have guests.
Yes.
I'm here to stay. I said it.
And if you have, if you think that if you want to talk it out and say it by broadcasting, you can just say
you can share a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can send a video and then we will share a screen.
Yeah, we can share the screen. Yes.
Yeah. If you want to record yourself in a video talking, because some people believe if they let it out with their own voice, it's more efficient. So you can just do a video and then share, and then we will share a screen when you're talking about something.
Yeah, so if you just share it and just talk it out, whether talk to everyone, just talk to everyone. Just talk, no, not to everyone, talk to that one person that you think that really understands you.
No, they can be 2 or 3. Talk to someone.
Yes. Or if you think it's okay, you can always talk to us in one way or another. So, but thank you so much for joining. Let's meet next Saturday, same time, same place. Thank you.